Right, so we're starting very shortly with Group A for the pit bike stock 160, where Nathan Summers took the pole, 47.7 seconds. Aaron Clark second, Mike Smallbones in third position just on the second row. Bailey Harker, Neil Turner, Dennis Latham. Plenty of great riders. This, of course, a stock class, so the riders running very much the same machine, all down to the rider in this one. We have got the modified machineries a bit later on, of course. The open machines going out there later on. Bailey Harker, Neil Turner in fifth, Dennis Latham sixth, Daniel Pearson, Paul Ward, Liam Greenland and Joseph O'Neill rounding out the top 10. So apologies, I don't think we had the grid walk that time. We were just looking at Joanna Benz, our guest rider, in the black and white leathers towards the back of the grid. Not last though, of course. She is a newcomer and she was pleased with that performance. Pit bike stock 160 then gets underway. They charge into the first corner, very close duel into that first corner. As Joe gets away at the back of the field, they all seem to have got round the first corner safely. Big gaggle of riders in the midfield as they all jostle for position. The leaders making their way up towards Christmas corner. Looks like Vincenzo Rizzo had a decent getaway, but early great start there from John Buckley. It looks like he has held on to the lead as they go through Zulu. Now this part, of course, is where we're familiar with them coming down the hill, but a bit different layouts, of course. Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to see them weaving their way, having to adjust their balance as they come through the left, right, left of the Zulus. Into the boot they come for the first time then. Fun string of corners to get right. You don't want to put all your eggs in the first basket of the first apex. And a little look there for the lead of the race. In fact, there will be a change of the lead of the race, and it's John Buckle who comes across the line first, followed by Nathan Summers, Vincenzo Rizzo, Mike Smallbones and Neil Turner to round out the top 5. So John Buckle getting exactly the start he would have wanted, and look at this, challenge for second place as well. Rizzo up the inside of Summers into Christmas corner, and Summers, I think, there had been done by Smallbones as well. Mike Smallbones, I believe. We'll just confirm that in a moment, but Vincenzo Rizzo doing very well. They break very late into the corner and didn't outbreak himself. Bit of a shame there, though, for Nathan Summers. Had a little peek down the inside into the final corner to look for the lead, but now dropping down to 4th place. Now look at this guy in second place, started to put the pressure. 276. Oh, what a great move there out of nowhere. Fantastic drive off the second part of the boot there, and we have a change for the lead at the end of lap 2. It's now Adam Hartgrove who gets the head of the field ahead of John Buckle, and he sets the fastest lap of the race of 45.9 to boot as well. It's all change at the front here. Adam Hartgrove with a great start to the race, then started to pull away from the early leader John Buckle. Just half a second down as they cross the line, but Hartgrove really has got this layout dialed in and going for passes where you normally wouldn't expect them. We've got Bailey Harker there, just a shout out from Marshall Richardson just on the edge of the top 10. John Buckle then down to second. Vincenzo Rizzo having a little peek there down the inside as they go into the boot. Yeah, absolutely. Is he going to get good drive off the second part of the boot? I think he does, but I don't think he's got the space to do anything with it. But he'll get good drive off the final corner though as they come onto the new lap. Good riding there, has to be said, from John Buckle, guarding that line well. He made the track very narrow, you might say, for Rizzo as they go up towards Christmas corner. This is what you might say the main braking point on the track, as we just saw Summers having a little peek down the inside. That's Nathan Summers getting past Rizzo for 3rd place now. So change again amongst the top 5, and it's allowed Adam Hartgrove to get well ahead here. He's got a good 3 or 4 seconds gap, I'd say now. So Hartgrove really starting to check out at the front of the field. The battle now on for second place. John Buckle, Vincenzo Rizzo, Nathan Summers. Of course, Summers going through to 3rd place. Mike Smallbones, Neil Turner, Matt Cox, Bailey Harker, Aaron Clark, Paul Ward rounding out the top 10 at this stage. The battle now really on for second place. Rizzo dropping to 4th, but has a look down the inside as they cross the line. Now, can he make that pass sticky? Not quite though, because Summers has got the line out of that final corner. And let's see what happens as they go towards Christmas corner. Summers has a look down the inside, and oh, that was close. John Buckle shuts the door on him. Very, very close for second place. Just checking on the progress of our guest riser towards the back, Joanne Benz. Still out there racing away. She's currently in 24th position. Well, she said she was hoping not to be last, and these are, as we were saying in the interview earlier, regular club riders. You just noticed there a bit of a cheeky move there from Vincenzo Rizzo. Took down the inside of Summers and made the pass stick. Here they go into the final corner. Let's keep an eye on that number 199, the machine of Vincenzo Rizzo. He starts to line up John Buckle with just over half distance, but it looks to me like Hartgrove's got the line covered. A shout here from Heather Hartgrove towards Adam Hartgrove, the race leader, who has been, unfortunately, of course, largely forgotten in this race. He just seems to have checked out at the front. He's got the track to himself. Somebody's dropped it on Christmas Corner. It's come to a halt at least anyway, but the rider okay, getting back into the race. Adam Hartgrove, 7.3 seconds last time round, but the battle now well and truly on for second place as Vincenzo Rizzo makes the move down through Zulu.
Absolutely, yeah. Our leader's properly out of the front now. He's got a gap of about 8 seconds. The battle for second, of course, ultimately slowing these riders down and allowing our leader to get out ahead. But as you say, Rizzo now up to second place with John Buckle in third and Nathan Summers in fourth. As you can see now on your shot, there's plenty of other good battles happening all the way down the field. It's the other form of commentator's curse, that there's just too much for us to have to focus on at once. As you say, Chris, the rider who is off up at Christmas now, back in the race, which is good to see.
Back on the edge of this battle on the top 10, Matt Cox, James Lewis, Dennis Latham, Andy Downey, Paul Crine, all in this battle through the first corner. Joseph O'Neill and Max Bartle dropping a few places, but he's gone up to 17th position.
Yeah, and we're looking at the battle amongst the teen positions at the moment. I think that was a change just for 13th place. So I believe that's Paul Crine may have got to the head of that battle there, up into Christmas Corner. It's a good overtake from him.
We move back now to the battle for second place, which is starting to go the way of Vincenzo Rizzi. Breaks away around the first corner going up towards Christmas, but John Buckle has got a fight in his hands here, running defensively into Christmas Corner because he knows that Nathan Summers is there. Summers unable to nip down the inside. Zulu now coming up. Now they've got to be brave to make a pass down through Zulu, but we saw Rizzo do that earlier, and the lines are there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's certainly difficult, but it's I think it's possibly slightly more possible if you're on a bike than on what usually goes around here. I think it's very difficult if you're in a car. But as you can say, if you're quite bold around here, you can do it. And look at this, still challenging for third place. John Buckle having to keep one eye on what's happening behind him, because Nathan Summers is all over the back of him and had good drive there through the latter section of the boot. Meanwhile, Hartgrove out at the front. Well, his only concern at the moment is how to best deal with some of the traffic he's coming up against. And actually this battle for second, third and fourth is actually now having to deal with traffic as well. So that's another factor for these riders to have to deal with now. As you see, coming out of Inkerman's there, sometimes they aren't coming upon the traffic at the ideal time for them.
Yes, definitely. That's Joanne Benz, actually, our guest rider, which is the worst possible time for Nathan Summers, who gets held up. He goes down the inside now into the boot. And that's racing, of course. The back markers aren't obliged to get out of the way, are they? Of course, racers think they will move to one side, but in those sorts of parts of the track where it's tight and technical, you can't exactly jump off the line.
Absolutely. We aren't running any sort of blue flag F1 style system here. The drivers, it's a good courtesy to get out of the way, of course, but if you're also within your rights to race your line. Meanwhile, we're on the last lap, and well,
Adam Hartgrove, it has to be said, he hasn't dropped off the pace at all. He's been lapping in the 45s for the entire race, and looks like he's going to bring it home for the victory.
Yep, here he is coming around the last corner. I have to say, having taken the lead on about lap 2-3, it's been a faultless drive from Hartgrove, and he's going to cross the line to take the win in the first race for the stock 160s today.
Great riding there from Adam Hartgrove. Who's it going to be that brings it home in second place? They still haven't quite come through yet, I don't believe. Here they come now, just towards the line, and Vincenzo Rizzo holds on for second place. John Buckle in third. Nathan Summers, of course, bulked by the back markers, had to settle for fourth position. Neil Turner, Paul Ward, Bailey Harker, Mike Smallbones, Matt Cox and Aaron Clark running up the top 10 riders taking their place on the grid. The flag is about to go up, and pit bike stock 160 race number 2 gets underway. Oh, as Vincenzo Rizzo makes a mistake at the start, looped out a bit, which means that John Buckle gets a good start and gets a jump on the rest of the field out of the first corner. You'll see that gap just under a second or so. Vincenzo Rizzo, the front end reared up on him a bit and lost valuable time. Looks like it could be Aaron Clark up there as well, possibly. So the leaders now make their way round the first corner. Fantastic start there, though, for Bailey Harker and John Buckle as well, as they make their way through Inkermans and Zulu for the first time. The leaders making their way back towards the finish line, and number 20, John Buckle, is your early race leader. We'll try and confirm that second place rider in just a moment as the leaders go through the boot and up towards the final corner. Just lost the footage for a few moments. We'll see our leader. Here they are. Our leaders coming through now. John Buckle, Neil Turner it is in second place. Nathan Summers, Aaron Clark, Mike Smallbones. I'm wondering if we'll have a look just out the window to see where Vincenzo Rizzo is. I think he was in about 5th position or so. As, oh, down the inside goes Neil Turner out of nowhere. But John Buckle makes that bike nice and wide, guards the apex. He really had to hold on there. Neil Turner threw everything going into Christmas corner and tries again now. Can he make it through Zulu?
Oh, this will be impressive to say the least, but Buckle's able to hold on to it. I have to say, I'm very impressed that Buckle held on to it around the outside of Christmas effectively there.
There's Aaron Clark just behind in 3rd place. They come up towards the final corner out of boot, and Neil Turner not giving up, had a little peek down the inside going into the final corner, but John Buckle holds on to the lead. This pit bike stock 160. Second race is incredibly close. Now Vincenzo Rizzo, was on the front, dropping to 6th position.
Yeah, 3rd place, changed that last time around with Aaron Clark getting ahead of Nathan Summers. And look at this for the lead. Turner up the inside of Buckle again in Christmas, and this time makes it stick. So change for the lead here. Turner now ahead of Buckle, and did it where he tried it last time around, but just had that little bit more this time and made it work for him.
That's as close as it, just as close on the previous lap, but Neil Turner just got that front wheel in there, which made all the difference. Mike Smallbones, Bailey Harker a little bit further behind this battle, just on the edge of that. Now that looks like it could be Smallbones and Harker in there as well, just a bit further behind.
We've got our mysterious number 52 out there again, who took the win in the earlier race.
Starting to put Aaron Clark under some pressure by the looks of things as well.
Yep.
So that's Neil Turner then. He took the lead here on the previous lap, guards the lead as Buckle has a little look down the inside. 6 riders now altogether. This one is
bunching up, isn't it? Yeah. It's actually getting more intense as the race goes on. So 6 bikes towards the front of this field, although the top 3 have broken away slightly. And look at this, number 52 now looking to get past Aaron Clark, and he's done it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was aggressive there. He got the elbows out and made that line his. So I would say hard but fair racing there, 52. Now let's see if we can deal with Neil Turner, the race leader, using all of that curve out to the final corner.
Yes, in fact, was it Buckle we saw the 52 getting past, not Aaron Clark? That's already happened. So here will the 52 get the drive up the hill. Turner
knows he's there, but
yeah.
Is it going to be an... Oh dear, that was aggressive.
Well, it was too little too late for Turner, and he may well be vulnerable here to Buckle into Inkermans. He's going to have to just keep one eye on what's going on behind him as well. But once again, our winner from the earlier race in this class.
That was a committed move, they had to say.
It was, wasn't it?
Turner, with all due respect, a half-hearted attempt to close the door there, but I think he saw he was coming and just almost let him go, I think.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. It was too little too late to defend that position. Meanwhile, the battle over 4th place is now becoming a 4-horse race, with Aaron Clark at the head of it still, Nathan Summers, Mike Smallbones and Bailey Harker. It's Nathan Summers now who leads this battle, in fact. So Summers from Clark, Smallbones and Harker.
Actually, I think there may be a transponder issue there, because there's Smallbones, number 199 still in there, Vincenzo Rizzo.
Oh yes,
not
indeed.
showing on our lap chart, so I think there must be some sort of a transponder issue possibly, showing as a 1 lap.
Yes, I think you might. Oh, dearie me.
That's Inkermans, isn't it?
Yeah, incident at Inkermans there.
And we'll
2 riders down.
Maybe Aaron Clark possibly is getting the debris off the track. We'll confirm that in a moment. No, number 20, that's John Buckle.
It's from quite high up, isn't it? So Buckle has gone down.
Yeah, we'll see the accident here. It was a chain reaction, you might say. You'll see the lead rider just losing it there.
Oh, dearie me.
Buckle with nowhere to go. Spectacular looking crash, and they're still picking the debris off the track, the 2 riders actually. Both riders okay. Well, I think they're
fundamentally okay, perhaps a bit shaken there. But what has that done to the order? Well, it's promoted Neil Turner back to the lead. So it was our leader who went out in that incident, was it not?
Seemed to be.
So our number 52 is out.
Left on the edge of the track, actually. There is number 52.
So drama here, because change for the lead as a result of that incident. Neil Turner to the front, Aaron Clark second. Although we do say all this somewhat provisionally, because as you say, Chris, Vincenzo Rizzo is out there somewhere and not showing up on our timing screen. Oh no, I can see the 52 circulating, so
Yeah, whoever that was, it's one of our front-running riders. He just seemed to lose the front end. But Rizzo's up to second, and Smallbones in third.
So maybe the incident caused more changes, but
Well, that's
without riders
52. He got
actually coming
caught
down.
up in
Yeah,
the,
so
yeah, he got caught up in the melee, so he's in about
yeah, so maybe yeah,
6, wasn't he?
yes. So I think the 52 is now in 5th place, and I think he must have just got stalled or balked by that incident and dropped down that way.
So here,
He's got a rider down in the boot as well, Chris, and that's who's that then as they turn it
14
around?
or 84 possibly, or 174.
That would work. Yep, the 174.
Try and pick up that rider in a few moments. Buckle has bent his bars again, says Andrew Giles. Fair to say that's a fair comment.
Yep, no.
So number 169, just a little bit further behind in that midfield battle. But good to see those riders caught up in the melee. They're both okay, and I saw them actually out to my window. They were checking each other, they're checking they're all right. So a bit of a chain reaction accident there. The one went down and everybody else had nowhere to go. So it really shuffled the pack, and now number 52 starting to come back into this one. This is the battle for 3rd place. Oh, and it goes down.
Oh dear me, and the 52's down. 52's down, so another key protagonist in this race is down and out of the running at the sharp end.
Well, Mike Smallbones, I think it was there. He was not one for turning there, just held his line, and 52 lost the grip coming out of Christmas corner, went down. Here we see it again. So that's Smallbones. 17 leaves a bit of gap on the apex here, where 52 goes through.
Ooh.
And comes across at the last minute.
And was it just a bit too bold?
Just a racing incident, really. I think he was 52 was coming down the inside, and Smallbones coming across. I don't think he knew he was there, to be fair. I think
yeah,
he just came across
yeah, sorry, Chris. Absolutely, we do talk about it's important that they work their way through this traffic cleanly and efficiently, and unfortunately, that's not quite how it panned out that time around. We're now looking for. Well, these are our overall leaders, are they not? Working their way through. It's certainly Aaron Clark, Mike Smallbones involved in all of this.
Actually, at the front, Vincenzo Rizzo is closing up with the checkered flag about to come out. He's closing up on Neil Turner. They're coming up towards the final corner, and Neil Turner guards that apex and will take the checkered flag. Oh, only just so from Rizzo in 2nd place. Here's the battle for 3rd coming around the final corner. And who's it going to be? It's going to be close, but it looks like Mike Smallbones, Aaron Clark. Well, Aaron Clark in 3rd. We would say actually that we are missing Vincenzo Rizzo from the timing sheets. I'm wondering perhaps if there's a transponder issue possibly.